Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to direct this to Brad Crone and Becki Gray. During a conference call with county health officials last week, DHHS Secretary Mandy Cohen encouraged leaders to consider levying fines against people who fail to wear face coverings in public. Face coverings are one of the most effective ways we now have to slow the spread, the community spread of COVID-19. Some local officials, however, opposed passing ordinances to levy fines. What do you think of the idea, Brad?
Well, Tom, I think she's trying to find every tool in the toolbox that will help effectively reduce the amount of community spread. I think she's right in being concerned. People are not doing what they need to do to be able to take care of the spread of COVID-19. We have an increase in cases, the highest levels over the last several days. Our hospitalization rates have increased. Our death rate has increased. It is a crisis. People seem to think that they can ignore it and that it's going to go away. Well, it isn't. And as a citizen of the state and the citizen of our country, you have a duty, I believe, to wear a mask.
Brad, Becki, if we can't impose fines, how do we get people to wear these face masks?
Well, that's the question. I think we need to be really careful about this, of passing ordinances and passing laws that impose criminal penalties and fines and those kind of things if it's unenforceable. I mean, I agree with Brad's point, and this is something important, and people ought to be doing this. But then you get down to the practical application of it, and I think that's where you fall into problems. And so that's where I see it. I think that Mandy Cohen encouraging people, at every one of those press conferences, how many times have we heard the 3 W's? Wear your mask. We've heard it everywhere. So many retailers across North Carolina, you're not allowed in to shop unless you wear a mask. I think those kind of things are more appropriate. I think that imposing ordinances that carry criminal penalties, whether it's a fine or whether it's something else, it's just unenforceable, and I just don't think it makes any difference.
Brad, I was in a situation not long ago where most people, by the way, are wearing masks. Many of them are. But this person was in a retail situation and not wearing a mask, and another customer came up and said, "Why aren't you wearing a mask? Don't you care about making me sick?" And the person to whom she was talking just got really indignant. If you can't enforce this, how are we going to get people to do it?
I really don't know, Tom, and it really bothers me. I buried 5 friends who have died from COVID-19. I understand the deadliness of it, and I don't understand why our general population, our fellow citizens, don't understand it. Maybe it has not impacted them, but it is something serious. And the one thing that you can do as a good citizen is to wear a mask.
Yeah, but this
is very similar to wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, that's true. But Becki, this has become a political situation more than a health situation, hasn't it?
Yeah, it hasn't everything. And I think it's unfortunate that our response to this has become so political and therefore so polarized. I agree with Brad. It just seems like a simple thing to do for respect for other people.
Well, thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video next week or during the week on ncspin.com. Be sure to wear your mask.